Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, and this is your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today, we've got part 2 of our three-peat series. We're going to be talking about how to dominate the cannabis industry, according to Gary Vee. On the line with us is Dan Kimmis, our CBD correspondent with Good CBD Products. So Gary Vee says how he thinks the cannabis industry can be dominated, can be broken down into 4 main points. One, what he says is he said be in cannabis for cannabis. I think you kind of made that point a couple of times that people that for tech, I'm going to make the analogy that Gary Vee had made, that when he saw people jump into tech, it was because they loved tech. They were just straight up nerds. The people that are in cannabis have a medicinal background. They're philanthropic. They want to help people. And so the backbone of it is to be in cannabis for cannabis. And I think we have a lot of that with a lot of the founders.
No doubt. I'm not sure I agree that that's a key to dominating, but Gary Vee says so I'm willing to, how should we say, consider it.
Noted. The second point is to build content. Kind of goes along with the Talking Hedge, trying to dominate the cannabis business industry, one word at a time, and that's to build content. Gary says a lot of controversial things. One is that doesn't matter about quality as long as it's getting better, just put it out there. So if you're a makeup artist and you look like a clown, that's actually going to be some pretty entertaining material down the road when you're famous.
As somebody who likes to make a lot of content, I can't say, I disagree, because it goes like this. Make it, keep making it, do what you do with like the Talking Hedge, right? Every day, right? Every day, make something. Put some content out there, put good data out there, see what comes. We got a line of folk. It's pretty neat.
It obviously needs to be relevant. Content needs to be current, but in terms of quality, he gets into perfectionism in the next video. That's part 3. And so the number 3 point to dominate the cannabis industry, according to Gary Vee, is to stop crying about not being able to do things, about not having banking or not having advertising capabilities on Instagram and Facebook. Just find an alternative, be an entrepreneur, and just do it.
Yeah, well, who likes to listen to people whine all the time?
Right. I mean, you need to be, an entrepreneur, somebody that's going to be driven and focused and find solutions. And you can't just sit around Facebook and complain about it, right? You have to just make some content, find a solution, make the content, and then get additional followers with that. Because if you're in cannabis for cannabis, then you're going to have that passion anyways. Which leads us to the 4th point on how to dominate the cannabis industry is to be comfortable working within a highly regulated industry. There's going to be a lot of volatility, a lot of changes, which gives you a lot of opportunity for content, and also maybe a lot of chances to not cry and complain about the lack of fairness on platforms like Instagram or even banking.
As a journalist and as a field researcher, one of the things that's always interesting is chaos equals good story, right? Chaos equals the opportunity to get out your camera or your microphone and go to work. And that's one of the things that makes the cannabis industry so rich with regards to the field work you have me doing. Everywhere I go, there are gripping stories. And then harnessing those, turning those into content and delivering with those. Again, people love a good story, brother. And there's lots of good stories in the cannabis industry.
Right. And the cannabis industry is not going to be any less regulated anytime soon. So just get comfortable with it. And it requires people, boots on the ground, to give you that data, as well as professionals to keep you in line for compliance, for analytics, for operations, you name it. And with that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't. And I'm out.